The biggest reason Amazon brands stop growing is not because of their product, it's because of their marketing strategy. I've talked with countless Amazon sellers and I know exactly the pain points, what they're struggling with, and just overall why they are not growing on the platform anymore. And to be 100% honest with you, if you're only relying on Amazon for your traffic source, it's going to be very bad in the long run because we all know Amazon fees go up and the platform is just absolutely crushing sellers with their margins. So over the last few weeks, I've been developing a new strategy specifically for Amazon sellers who are struggling to grow traffic and external sales. And I've talked with people on Shopify, TikTok, every sort of marketing angle to identify how we can get more traffic to our Amazon listings. And in this video, I'm gonna break it all down for you. No fluff, literally this is gonna be raw, uncut. I'm gonna show you exactly the strategy that should work for you, specifically if you're a brand already doing well on Amazon and you're trying to figure out the next level of how you can actually grow your sales. So one last thing before I dive into my screen, if you need help implementing exactly what to go over in this video or you want to grow your Amazon sales, link down below in the bio. I don't want to do too much talking. Let's dive into exactly how the system works. Okay, first thing is, what are the biggest challenges with Amazon sellers? If you're watching this, you're probably an Amazon seller, you do pretty good revenue, and we know like majority of what the problem is. Amazon fees are crushing us, right? So the FBA fees, referral fees, like it always goes up every year. They're just trying to charge you more for selling on the platform, right? So that's one way we're losing margin. Next thing is PPC fees. If you don't know, Amazon PPC is the #1 driver of revenue for the actual business. If you have a look, PPC is literally where they make most of their money. So they want you to spend more money. But the issue is, with more competition coming into the market, everyone trying to bid on these keywords, the cost per click for these keywords is naturally going to go up, right? So we're spending more than we did years ago for the same amount of sales, so that's less margin, right? Next thing, probably tariffs, another big thing. Our margins are absolutely shrinking. Now, this isn't even accounting pricing on Amazon. Maybe we have competitors who are charging super cheap, Chinese competitors or overseas, and they're dropping the entire market share down. So naturally, we see our sales drop. So we're like, hey, I have to drop. I'm priced down a little bit just to get more sales. So more margins gone. That is just absolutely destroying you, right? And if you only rely on Amazon nowadays from 2025, 26 beyond, you're probably going to lose even more margin over the year unless you actually grow your top line sales, right? For example, if we have the same revenue next year, you can imagine that your actual margin is going to be less because maybe the fees go up, PPC bids are going to be more expensive, maybe competitors drop the price down, right? And it's a never-ending game where we're just dropping and just losing and losing, and it sucks. So we're here to fix all of that. Now, obviously, the #1 thing is we rely on Amazon for a very big portion of our company and our business because all of our traffic is coming from Amazon. We have good conversion rates, and we need to be on Amazon, right? It's like the game where we hate Amazon, but like we still have to be on Amazon because they're the #1 driver of getting us customers, right? Instead of having like a Shopify brand or your own website where you funnel in your own traffic, a lot of native Amazon brands don't do that, or they don't know how to do it because it's completely out of their norm, right? We make listings, we make products, we put the products up on Amazon, we market it well within the Amazon ecosystem. But the issue is, then we're just in control. We're in that ecosystem. That's all we have. We have nothing else. And we're just in this little circle that gets smaller every year, while there's a whole other ecosystem around that we just don't know much about. So here is how we should go about fixing it, okay? And what I'm going to show you, I recommend is only for brands that are established on Amazon who are doing well. Maybe doing 50K, 100K, 200, 300K, 400K, right? But you feel like you've capped out on the market. Your competitors are you're just bidding over PPC, and you're just trying to figure out how I get more traffic to my site or to my Amazon product page because maybe you're already dominating all your keywords, right? But you just can't get more traffic. And I see so many sellers that even we work with, they dominate the category, but the thing is, there's not more search volume for that keyword on Amazon, right? If we're at the top of all these keywords, how are we going to get more search volume unless the category itself gets more and more people interested in it, right? And that's a very hard thing to do. So what we have to do is develop ways where we can get external traffic from other sources and develop new marketing strategies to bring people onto Amazon. So here is the strategy, right? So it's pretty much meta ads, Google ads, landing page, creatives, everything to funnel people to your Amazon listing. And I'm gonna go over exactly why this is very important. And if it's done right, it can absolutely crush it for you. And I'll show you examples of brands that are doing this well. So this is a framework for Amazon brands to drive external traffic, boost rankings, and build valuable customer data through meta advertising campaigns, okay? Now, what is the point of this, okay? Meta ads. The point is we're trying to boost Amazon rankings to external traffic Amazon rewards. So if you don't know, Amazon's current algorithm, the A9 algorithm, they really reward external traffic, right? Because they want to bring in more customers. If you bring in more people, they're going to be in the Amazon ecosystem more as a whole, and they'll buy other products. That's why if you have a look at Amazon attribution, which I'll explain later in the video, they give you 10% back for every order because they want you to bring more traffic and they reward the brands that are doing this. If you have a look at some of the biggest brands on Amazon, Primal Queen, Golly, all these brands, they're bringing in so much external traffic. They're not just relying on Amazon. And Amazon naturally rewards these brands for bringing in those people by increasing their ranking, okay? So meta ads is to increase sales velocity and brand visibility, obviously. Next thing is to build email and pixel data for retargeting. So I'll explain what that means. And then achieve measurable ROI using Amazon attribution. Okay, very, very important. Now, the AI algorithm, like I said, has shifted ranking factors to prioritize organic engagement and external traffic over just paid advertising. So obviously they love PPC. They want you to keep spending money on PPC, but they want you to really bring in new customers also and organic engagement through UGC content, other funnels, all sorts of stuff, right? If you look at Amazon nowadays, they're marketing on Netflix, Twitch, every sort of platform. So it's really important to really engage your own products and brand in this. Now, the key differences include that external traffic matters more, okay? So this is the biggest thing here. Amazon rewards products that bring in traffic from Google, social media, and influencers, okay? Organic sales have a strong impact on rankings than PPC. So this is like 50-50, to be honest, I would say. But paid ads alone are no longer enough to improve ranking because it's a bunch of things, right? It's your click-through rate, it's your conversion rate on Amazon, it's how good your product listing is. All of that really plays a role in your organic growth and your PPC performance, right? So if one part of the funnel is messed up, naturally, we're going to see some sort of bottlenecks and it's not going to be as converting as it should be. So that's why it's very important to develop these outside strategies to really nurture buyers. Hey, if you're an Amazon seller serious about scaling your business on Amazon, we're offering a free in-depth audit of your brand. We'll cover exactly what's working, what's not working, and give you a plan of action to efficiently scale. So it should be the first link in the bio and also in the comments, and we'll get that forward to you. Now let's get back to the video. So what does this look like in practice, okay? Now, why does Meta and Amazon work? Obviously, Meta has way more people than the Amazon ecosystem. Okay, obviously Amazon is the highest intent. So when you go on Amazon, you're already searching for a product that you know you want to buy. Like if I'm searching for a Hydro Flask water bottle, I'm going to go on Amazon already with the thought in my mind that I'm going to buy this product. I already know. But the thing is, on Google Meta, you're going to find a lot of people who aren't interested in this product unless you show it to them. And you show them the product, then it piques their interest. So obviously that's a very much bigger people that are actually not interested in the product, and our goal is to get them more interested in it, right? So Meta has 3 billion users combined with Amazon purchase intent. That's pretty much the whole funnel. Way more users combined with Amazon's purchase intent. How can we combine the two things? Purchase intent and then the way more users and potential customers, right? And if we do this properly, it creates a powerful growth engine because external traffic signals quality to Amazon's algorithm, resulting in a ranking boost and increased organic visibility, okay? Now this is a little kicker. It's not like the biggest thing in the world, like, oh my God, 10% back, but that really helps in the long run, especially if you get a lot of sales through the Amazon attribution link to get 10% back. So why meta ads for Amazon? Like I said, massive reach on Facebook, Instagram with laser targeting focus. I'll explain how that works. You can reach your exact ICP using so many different targeting metrics. Amazon rewards external traffic, so I'm keeping reiterating the same thing, via ranking boost and brand referral bonuses. And then also it builds your brand equity outside of Amazon. A lot of native Amazon brands really struggle with building your brand outside of the platform. So this is addressing that while also growing your sales on the platform itself. Okay, now let's go over exactly who qualifies for this, okay? So this is exactly how we would set it up for you if you were set up for yourself. Choose one product to test, okay? Now, let me actually just go and showcase my face for this. This only works for a few brands, okay? There's a few things you have to consider, considering all fees and everything. If you're a cheap product, this is probably not going to work for you because you're going to pay money for ads through Meta, Google, and obviously conversion rate is going to be high, but like after Amazon fees, it's going to be a real kicker, right? So if you're selling like $13, $20 products, it's not going to work for you considering all margins. This is for higher ticket products, typically above $50, $60, $70, $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, right? This is where we're going to work well because for the same conversion rate for a $700 product and a $20 product through this funnel, obviously the $700 product has way more margin for you, right? And that will overall grow your brand as a whole on Amazon. So it's very, very important. For cheap products, it's not going to work. In your catalog, if you have 1 to 2 listings that do really, really well, you know the product is amazing and it has high margin, those are the ones you want to emphasize. Next thing is the Amazon listing itself has to be very, very strong. So we have to have good reviews, we have to have good images, we have to have at least some sort of good ranking. So ideally, we want to choose the products that are your best on Amazon already, that have good margin. Very, very important because we don't want to send traffic to an Amazon listing that is not optimized and it's pretty like shitty, like we have poor reviews, poor ratings. There's no point because the conversion rate is not going to be high no matter how good our funnel works, right? So very, very important to choose the product that you know is really, really well. Next thing is the product has to be unique. So don't just sell a commodity product. Like everyone else on Amazon selling the same product as you. It's going to be very, very hard because how are we going to differentiate through our funnel that our product is so much better than these competitors? If they go on an Amazon listing and they see a bunch of other people that's selling very similar things for cheaper price points, like it's not going to work as well because we're selling a commoditized product, right? Doesn't make sense. If I'm selling, like I said, a water bottle, but it's the same exact thing as everyone else in the market. How are we really going to differentiate ourselves, right? That's the number one thing. So those are things we really have to consider if we're trying to do this. Higher ticket items, typically with high average order value, maybe even a supplement that's like very expensive, so we get a lot of LTV. Obviously has a very strong Amazon listing itself because we want to get the maximum conversion. And the next thing is that it's a very unique product in the market that we can make a lot of different angles for to showcase to potential customers why our product is better than everyone else in the market. Now, the next thing is you might be saying, why do I not just send my traffic straight to my Shopify site? Like, I don't get it. There's a few things. So I literally had a call with the guy 30 minutes yesterday explaining this entire thing. This only works if you're a brand that wants to actually focus and grow your sales on Amazon. So Amazon is your main revenue channel. You're getting good margin, good everything. We're just trying to grow our overall sales. If you're a Shopify brand who's not super focused on Amazon, this funnel won't work as much because there's no point. If you just want to build a Shopify site, Amazon, you don't see the benefit in it. The fees are killing you, which makes sense. But there's a few things why we want to send to your Amazon site compared to your Shopify. And I'll go over exactly why that is, okay? With Shopify, you're literally just making a sale, right? With Amazon, you're building momentum that compounds over time. So with Shopify, maybe you get one sale. On Amazon, if you send the traffic and you get one sale, that might result in 2 to 3 more sales along the line because of organic sales, organic traffic, and overall Amazon showcasing your product to more people. That is the benefit for it. On Shopify, you're just driving your own traffic to that listing. On Amazon, we have millions and millions of potential customers already. So if we're getting more sales velocity, we're bringing in people, that increases our rankings, and overall we can get a few more sales by seeing higher organic rankings. So it's a compounding effect. That is the whole point of it, okay? So Amazon's flywheel effect is like when you send external traffic to Amazon, you're not just making a sale, you're feeding Amazon's algorithm. Most important thing, you're a seller right now, you know you're doing well already. You know how the algorithm works. We need to increase our organic ranking. We don't want to be super reliant on PPC. That's just, we're not going to grow and get any money out of that, okay? So the whole point is we're trying to boost rankings. Amazon rewards listings that drive traffic and convert. The more sales you generate, the higher you rank for your target keywords. This is just how it is. Your best seller rank on Amazon will naturally grow up, and you'll see that your ranking on the relevant keywords in the category will go up. That is the whole game here, okay? And that results in increased organic sales. With Shopify, you're not going to see an increased organic sales, right? That's the most important thing. Snowball effect. As your organic sales grow, your listing becomes more competitive, which reduces your dependency on PPC and external traffic over time. Shopify, you're just making a sale, okay? Now, the next thing someone's going to say is, okay, that's all cool, but like the fees and stuff are so high compared to Shopify. Okay, like Shopify, you just pay the Stripe fees and the shipping fees. Maybe it's like less than half or maybe even less than double half of Amazon. Okay, next thing we consider, trust and conversion rate. Amazon's conversion rate is insanely high compared to Shopify. Okay, like insane. Like Shopify is like, I believe, a 3% and Amazon can go up to 10%, 10, 15%. That's more than 3x, okay? Now imagine you're selling a $500 product, okay? $500 product. 3% on Shopify, potential 10% on Amazon if this funnel works properly and nurtured. That is literally 2x more sales for you on a $500 product. Not even talking about the actual conversion rate and then the actual organic ranking growth. So you might see more organic sales. Like 200 million people are on Amazon, right? Prime members. They're already ready to buy. They trust Amazon. Next thing is Prime shipping. This is such a big benefit. If I'm buying a product on Amazon, I know I can return it super easily like that. Versus on your own website, it's a little bit more of a hassle process. You got to go through their customer support, and it's not as trustworthy, right? You know, if you know you're watching this, you buy on Amazon, you buy on Shopify. There's a very big customer relationship difference. Like I know I can just buy on Amazon, I'll return it if just I find one nuance or difference. So this is a very important thing. So Amazon, obviously the fees are gonna be more, but what if the conversion rate's 3 to 4x more based off of this thing right here I'm showing you? So on Shopify, you're fighting an uphill battle to build trust, reduce friction. On Amazon, the trust is literally already there as long as your listing is really good, okay? So Amazon has fees, but Shopify obviously has Stripe, PayPal, and then the ad spend, right? But on Amazon, obviously, as you know, we're trying to build the brand and we're trying to get more and more customers naturally, organically. That is the whole game. The next thing is protecting your market share, right? If you're already doing well on Amazon, you know that this is your platform for you, right? But you know your competitors are doing something else to grow their sales also. They might have some funnels, running some ads that are bringing in more people. So naturally, if we don't do this, our overall brand validity is going to drop over time. So that's why it's super important, okay? Now, the thing is I'm saying, it's not one over the other. Like you can run all traffic to Amazon, you can run to Shopify if you're focused on that, but you can do a hybrid approach, right? You can send traffic to Amazon to boost your rankings, and for your other products that are like more higher margin, you can just send it to Shopify to build your brand and get higher margins. Very important, right? But if you're a native Amazon seller, we just really want to drive our sales to that because maybe we do all FBA, we don't handle any inventory and shipments. So we just want to drive all the traffic as much as we can at the lowest cost per acquisition, highest conversion rate, and overall grow our sales there because it's much easier for us to handle. Okay, that is all out the way. Now let's go over about exactly how we do this. So, so the entire process I'm showing you right here, I have talked to multiple experts across multiple fields: Google, Meta, Ecom, B2B, SaaS, every sort of thing to discover this plan and how it would work. So I've always pretty much iterated this concept based off of the feedback I've gotten, right? Because for us, we're a native Amazon company. We help native Amazon sellers. So we combine what Amazon sellers want, we know how the ecosystem works, combine with these external traffic methods to really make it one proper funnel, okay? And this is how it should work, okay? So we're gonna use Google Ads for validation. I'll explain what that means, but it's gonna validate the search terms, the intent and keywords of what we really want prospects to look for, okay? Meta, now this is what we're gonna do to scale. Meta is gonna be the primary method of scaling here because like I said, Meta has 3 billion plus users and it's the easiest way to really nurture and build a lot of customers, right? How do we do that? We build out ad creatives, okay? Very important. So we use Google and the keywords they give us to really make these meta ads. So the hooks, the scripts, the body, everything around these terms that we converted well for, because now we have data based around like what are people searching for on the platform, right? Because Google and Meta are very similar. What people are searching for are very, very similar. Look at Google Trends, look at Meta Trends, look at Meta ad library. Everything is coherent, everything connects, right? It's very, very important. Next thing, the most important thing is gonna be this, okay? A bridge landing page. I'll explain what that means, but it's overall to nurture the buyer, okay? Then the last thing is Amazon, send them to Amazon, convert the buyer. That's the next thing. This is the funnel, how it should work. Let's go over exactly how we do this actually in real time. So let's go over the landing page aspect, okay? This is the critical sellers most sellers make, and this is the number one thing that will break the entire system. Sending cold traffic directly to your Amazon listing. I don't care how good your Amazon listing is. If you send cold traffic, it's not gonna be as high of a conversion rate if you follow this method, okay? This is the issue. Now, if you don't know how Meta works, maybe you're an Amazon seller, Meta has a pixel, okay? A pixel is pretty much how your ad performs over time. And if you give it enough data, it naturally starts showcasing your product and your ads to people that most fit that category. So with more ad creatives, more clicks, more spend, it identifies over time who your ideal customer is, right? Like for Amazon PPC, with enough spend over time, you understand what keywords to rank for, you understand what competitors to target your listings for, all sort of stuff. Meta is the same thing, but it automatically does that. So it automatically picks up on who to target at all times. So it's very, very important. Now, the thing is, if you don't track the pixel or anything like that, it means that Meta cannot optimize, right? Very, very important. We don't want to just keep on spending money through ads and just finding new people. We really want to optimize our pixel, right? Cold audiences will bounce, okay? Now, what's the main issue here? Sending cold traffic directly to Amazon means we're not nurturing the buyer, okay? The entire point is, if you send cold traffic directly to a listing, you'll see there's so many competitors, right? So for example, if I go to Amazon right now, let's literally go to a listing right now. And let's imagine we were sending traffic. We set up ad creatives and everything to this listing, right? And okay, the listing is good and everything, right? But what if they go here and they see so many other ads of other products, right? They see these ads, and maybe there's cheaper options. This one has more reviews, Amazon's choice. It's like $20, $30 cheaper. Let me click this listing. Okay, how is this listing now? Okay, maybe I'll buy this listing. So you literally just nurtured this entire buyer. You spent money on ads. They go into your Amazon listing, but then they bought from your competitors, and you literally just wasted all of that. This is what happens when you send cold traffic directly to your listing. That's the point of what we do not want to do. So pretty much a bridge landing page, it pre-warms the visitor. If we have a landing page, we're not competing with anybody. It's our page, it's our product. It's our job to sell them on exactly why our product is better than everyone else in the market, to the point where when they click on Amazon, we should see a 2 to 3x higher conversion rate, right? Because they went through a whole process now. They went through our ads on Meta, Facebook, Instagram. They clicked our landing page. They read everything about our product. They went and they hit buy on Amazon. And now they're much more nurtured about the product. So now, for example, let's say we had a landing page for this product. And let's say it was like, it just sold the product like crazy. Portable hammock, this quality, this and that, who it's worked for in the past, coupons, deals. And they go to the listing. Now they're nurtured. They don't even have to go through all the images. They already know about the product. So there's a higher conversion rate and chance they'll buy the product instead of going down here and just looking at other ones, because they know why your product is unique and what makes them want to buy it, because they saw your ad creative, which intrigued them. They clicked it. They saw your landing page, they read everything about your product, and they went to your Amazon listing. That's a 3-step process to buy your product. Versus if it's just an ad to your Amazon listing, you're missing that bridge landing page. And that's where we're really gonna sell your product. So it's very, very important that we nail this. So a bridge landing page, you pretty much pre-warms the visitors. It can capture emails. I'll go over that too. It installs your pixels and warms that up, and it filters out low quality traffic before Amazon. Very, very important. There's no like window shoppers and everything, right? That's the most important thing. Result is a 2 to 3x higher conversion rate. Now, what are some other components of why we do not want to send cold traffic straight to Amazon? So, very important. This is how it works. Let me literally just show my face on this. So, this is how it works. Meta and Amazon are 2 different ecosystems. You cannot track both things directly in one because Amazon ads, the Amazon AMC, everything is their own ecosystem. Meta has their own pixel. Now, where this thing gets messed up is there's a black hole here. The Meta pixel can track the ad creatives and the landing page. So it can track who clicked the landing page, who clicked buy on Amazon. But once they go on the Amazon listing, the Meta pixel cannot track anything. It's a black hole. It cannot adapt. It doesn't figure out who bought the product on Amazon because that's Amazon's ecosystem. We're not allowed to do anything there. That's why it's very important to have a landing page. The landing page allows us to pretty much see who clicked the landing page, who scrolled the landing page, and who hit the buy on Amazon. Now, with enough data, the pixel will pick up exactly on that ICP, who is clicking this product, who is clicking buy on Amazon, and it attracts more and more people that are very similar to that product who are like looking for that, okay? If we don't have that, all we can track is people who clicked on the ad, and that's not good enough. That's low quality traffic. Because like I said, if someone clicks your ad, goes to your landing page, and then clicks the buy on Amazon, they're a much more higher quality customer compared to someone that just goes to the ad creative. And your meta pixel will pick up these people. And naturally, over time, it'll find so many people, and naturally, that will increase your conversion rate. Now, if we just didn't have this, the Amazon conversion rate, we wouldn't know how to optimize for this. That's very, very important. We want this to be always optimizing, right? So this funnel is very important. We track the ad creatives, we track the landing page, and then on the Amazon side of stuff, we go into your Amazon PPC, we go into your AMC, we go into the Amazon attribution, and we see the conversion rate there. Now, the data is not going to be super clean, right? Because we're trying to connect all things. But we can create a funnel showing exactly how each thing is directly affecting the other, okay? If we increase our Meta spend here or Google spend here, we should see an increase in our Amazon sales. Now, it's very hard to directly track that, but that's a correlation, right? Obviously, that's a correlation. And on Amazon side of stuff, we can track the conversion rate. We can track how many sales we're getting through Amazon attribution, which I'll show you later in this video. So yeah, you lose all tracking and optimization. Cold traffic doesn't convert as well because Meta users are in scroll mode, not buying mode, low trust, high bounce, right? There's no education or pre-framing. I'll explain what the point of this. The landing page allows us to showcase our story, proof, case studies, positioning. Amazon page does not let you do this to the same level of degree, right? Because we have competitors, like we can showcase our A+ content, brand story, infographics, but they're still gonna see all these other listings on the side, video ads, and it's like annoying. With our own landing page, there's nothing. It's just us pre-framing our product, okay? That is very, very important, okay? The landing page will have one focus CTA, buy on Amazon. Buy on Amazon. Buy the product on Amazon. If you see a page and it says buy on our website versus buy on Amazon, we naturally want to buy on Amazon because conversion rate's higher, more trust, free shipping, and it's much easier the platform. So it's very, very important, okay? So pretty much in hindsight, landing pages pre-sell and warm the traffic, and if done right, it should see a 2 to 3x higher conversion rate on Amazon. Now, the best thing is, if this is done right, this can work for even high ticket products on Amazon. Let's say, for example, you sell in a category where you're double the price of the main competitors in the space. And you're probably double the price because your product has so many unique features, benefits, and it's amazing. Like, it's addressing all these concerns. But the issue is, just on Amazon, people search up a product and they see like you're way more expensive, you have less reviews, and they're not going to buy your product, even if it's way better. So this works really well for products like in that field. You're selling an expensive product, you're now dropping the price down, you know what you're selling is better than everyone else. So this is very, very important to have a landing page showcasing all things. For example, if we have a landing page, your product is $500. Landing page sells your product like crazy, the benefits, everything, boom, 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 boom. They go to your Amazon listing. Now they might not even care that much that you don't have more reviews than competitors or you're more expensive because they're already sold on the concept of your product. The next step is just for your Amazon listing to convert them into a buyer, right? So just reiterate all the things on your landing page, good videos, good ratings, good reviews, and that will really increase your conversion rate. So this will work excellently if you're a brand in that sort of position. So let's go over what it looks like in hindsight, okay? I'm using an example from Eufy, very big brand like Anchor. I'll show you exactly what their landing page is, okay? For example, let's first go to the Amazon listing here, okay? Let's say you see the buy on Amazon button here. Let's go to the Amazon listing. Let's have a look at this. So they're selling a $260 product, okay? And it's sold 500 units. I think this is doing $1 million a month, right? But you see, it's a pretty expensive product. $260 is not a cheap product, okay? So what is this landing page doing here? So now imagine we set up some ads on Meta, Google, and we drive the traffic to this landing page, okay? With the one goal to be buy on Amazon, okay? So what is this landing page? Sell the product, okay? For example, here, there's only so much you can do on the Amazon listing about your product. Yeah, there's so many good things here, but you see, there's so many competitors here, right? This guy's a cheaper competitor here, right? More ads over here. Look at all these ads. So even if before they go to the A+ content, there's so many ads. Now they go here, obviously you can sell them here, but it's not enough, right? Because there's so much going on here. There's just so much going on. So this page is us, our product. No one else is our competitor here, okay? So look at this. I'll show you a perfect example. Our product is here. This is the hook. Smart lock, camera, and doorbell. 3-in-1 triple security. This is just copywriting. So we need our landing page to have really, really good copywriting that sells our product, okay? Now everything else, sell your whole product. What are the benefits? How to use it? Why it's better than the competition? Like this is really, really important. You see how good this landing page is? Self-learning, AI accuracy. Like it's telling me on every single thing about this product. I don't know why the videos are not loading here. Maybe I'm in a different region, but showcasing the benefits, recognition, accuracy. You see clearly in 2K. This is all really good copywriting. It's showing me the benefits of the product with actual visuals. Look at this. See how it's just selling everything. So if I'm a customer and I saw an ad created for this, an ad, I clicked it, I go to the landing page and I see all of these cool benefits. One big battery, 10,000, I don't even know what mAh means, but you know, all of these things, why it works, case studies, works with any door. Now I'm fully nurtured. Look at how much is on this page about why this product is really, really well. Now, if I see all this and I'm convinced, like, okay, I want to explore further, I'm gonna hit buy on Amazon. When I hit this, I saw the ad, I went to the landing page, I read about the product, I look at the Amazon listing. Now, very, very important, make sure your Amazon listing is good. If we send traffic to a listing that has a two-star rating and 5 reviews, obviously we're not gonna have a high conversion rate. So only send traffic to a really good Amazon listing. 4.2 star, good reviews, great images. So the images on your landing page, for example, should match the stuff that's on your actual Amazon listing. We want everything to be in cohesion. So you see the images here. This is all literally the exact same as the Amazon listings here. Same exact images and everything. We want full on cohesion, right? Because we want to make the customer experience as smooth as possible. Sell your product, lead with the benefits, lead with the outcome over the benefits, right? What it does for you, and then explain how it does for you. Images, same videos, everything. Limited time deal. You see all of these things. Now, naturally, if I want to buy this product, $260, I'm much more convinced and nurtured to the point where I can make a decision to buy this right now. And I'm probably not as convinced to look at these other listings because I already read through all the benefits of this product in detail, right? And so I might not be super even concerned with all these other things, right? As long as everything else here sells well. And then you hit buy on Amazon, right? This brand is crushing it with this method, right? 500 plus bought in the past month for a $260 product. Naturally, you buy the product here, now your ranking in the category is going to go up because you brought in external traffic, right? And then Amazon will reward you and see, hey, let's boost this product up. You're getting more and more sales, right? So very, very important. This is the general idea of how it should work. Okay, so let me quickly explain what Amazon attribution is if you don't know. Amazon pretty much rewards you for bringing in external traffic to your Amazon listing. And there's a way for us to directly track this to our Amazon campaign manager, right? So pretty much it's a link you put onto your website, listing, whatever, Shopify site, where it's like buy on Amazon or buy now. And once someone clicks on that link and buys, you can directly track that to your Amazon campaign manager. And the good thing is they give you 10% back on every single thing. But how it works is we can understand and measure exactly the impact of your cross-channel marketing. So Google, TikTok, every sort of cross-marketing, right? We can optimize further for that. We can plan further for that. Who can use it? Anyone that's brand registered on Amazon. Obviously the benefits, drive efficient marketing outcomes, and all sorts of stuff like that. They give you 10% back for each Amazon attribution sale. So it might be somewhere here. So it doesn't cost anything. If you have a look, it's a free measurement tool. 10% back. But the biggest thing is we're just trying to get more sales to our Amazon channel. So how does this look like in hindsight if we were to start right away? Okay. First thing I want to let you know, okay? First, we have to define your ICP. Every single thing about your customer. Age, color, demographic, pain points, income style, every sort of thing. Because once we have this, we can build our ads and our landing page around this customer demographic. Very, very important. We want to attract a certain amount of people, okay? So that's very important to make the high creating landing page, okay? Next thing is to do, obviously we start with one landing page, but I'll explain further what we want to do for this, okay? But this is very, very important, okay? Run Google Ads first. So I talked with someone in this space and he said run Google Ads first, okay? This is why we want to run Google Ads first. Google Ads, if you don't know, allows us to test what people are actually typing when looking for your product. Because now we're not in the Amazon ecosystem. We don't know what they're searching for. We have a general idea of what works, right? But with Google Ads, we are allowed to figure out exactly what people are typing for. And the best thing is, we want to track which keywords get the best click-through rates and lowest cost per clicks, okay? Once we have those keywords, we're going to build our ads and our landing page around this, okay? So for example, these are going to be your intent phrases, okay? Let's say, for example, we were selling open ear headphones, okay? We're just selling open ear headphones on Amazon. And we start running Google Ads to our landing page, okay? So we have not created any ad creatives. We have one landing page. We're running Google Ads to it, okay? Let's say for the term open ear headphones for runners, we were getting a lot of clicks. Like we were getting the most clicks for this keyword. Now, the best thing is we know Meta and Google are very similar, right? It's the same sort of engines. We know if someone's searching for this on Google, there's a high chance on Meta it's gonna be very important. Next thing what we wanna do is we're gonna make our ads and actual landing page built around this. For example, like on a landing page, you'll be like, hey, open ear headphones for runners. This is gonna be on our hook, okay? Because we're addressing directly people who are looking for this, right? In our ad, we'll be like, are you a runner looking for open ear headphones? Everything is built around these terms, because if we just went in blind and made ad creative in a landing page, we don't know exactly what search terms a customer is going to be actually typing in. That's very important. So we need to know what the intent is. And we can do a few things. We can start with the Amazon keyword, obviously. We can have a look at your keywords on Amazon, the master keyword list. What are the highest converting keywords, right? We combine that with the actual Google, right? So we go to Google Ads, we set it up, we put all these terms in, and then testing it out like $50, $100, $200 and see what got the most clicks. Now we have a baseline for how we can make these ad creatives and then the actual hook and body of the actual landing page. So once we have these terms, we know these terms are the most important ones. What we want to do is we want to re-optimize that same landing page. So we go back to the landing page, we take what Google taught us and rebuilt it for the meta ad creatives. So update the headline and hero hook to match the winning search term. Okay, adjust the copy and benefit blocks around the high intent keyword themes, and then keep everything else the same. Now we're going to use that optimized landing page for the meta ads, okay? So once the landing page method is proven, we want to send all meta traffic to that same page. So let's say we made the landing page, okay? Now we're setting up Google campaigns. We know what terms do our Amazon listing, right? Like for example, we're running for this, right? This is our landing page. We're just trying to get data for it, okay? Now Google is not what we're going to use to get the overall traffic, right? It's for testing. We want to test out what we can do and use for meta. So we go in, we create campaigns, everything. We're sending traffic to our landing page, and we paste in the terms we think are super important for us, okay? Through our Amazon keyword research, Google trend research, and we start and put that in. Now with enough data, within a week, hopefully 2 weeks, we know what terms converted the best on this, right? And what we can do is, if it converts well, we can still run the Google ads. Keep the Google ads running at a solid budget if it converts well. It's constantly going to give us new keywords over time. But we want to use the data here to build on our meta ad campaigns. That is the most important thing that we're doing here. Now, the next thing is going to be the ad creatives. We know what intent and terms are going to work for us, okay? Now, a few things for ad creatives, okay? For e-commerce brands and stuff like that, what works best is UGC content and static ads. No commercials, nothing like that, okay? UGC and static ads. Let's have a look at Soundcore, okay? They're open ear headphones. You can see the product right here. Very simple. Their earbuds, the benefit, the brand name, what the hook is. You see some examples here, another ad creative here. And the thing is, we need multiple ad creatives. We need to make a bunch of different angles about the problem customers have, the benefit that your product is showcasing, who it's intended for, all sorts of stuff. So this is very, very important for the meta side of stuff, okay? And this is where we're gonna spend a majority of time, because this is very, very important, right? This product, Anchor, fast charging from any USB-C port. Maybe this is a term that we got from Google Ads that had the most people searching for it. I'm looking for a fast charger for a USB-C port. Very important. We build the ad creatives around these things, okay? This is really the next level of the game, right? You see how the ad creatives are simple, sell the product, don't do too much, right? But make it very, very important. If you have UGC content, very important. We run UGC content also. showcase the benefit of the product, someone using it in real time. Very, very important. Okay, now let's get into the meta side of stuff, okay? This is where majority of stuff is gonna be very, very important, okay? And I'll show you my actual company's meta ads to give you an idea of what's happening here, right? So like I said, on meta, the entire goal is we want our pixel to really understand who our customer is, okay? So this is the meta ad campaign manager, okay? I'm showing you two different campaigns here. So if you have a look here, this first campaign, we spent $5,000, okay? And this was all for testing. And you'll see all the metrics here, right? Impressions, reach, CPM, link clicks, everything. But what this did is we're trying to feed enough data, okay? So we have a broad and an interest tag. Interest tag means we set certain demographics, like very specific of who we're targeting. Broad is we let Meta pretty much showcase our product to whoever they think is going to be more accurate, right? And you'll see where the spend is going. So they saw the broad was working the best, so they spent more money on the broad, okay? If we go inside each of these things, you'll see all these ad creatives. So these are separate ad creatives for our product, different angles, benefits, why you should work with us, biggest issues Amazon sellers have, all sort of stuff, right? So we're testing out all these different angles. And if you have a look here, you'll see that some angles performed well, some didn't perform well, right? So you see this one had the 145 link clicks and spent the most money, right? And these are the two that we kept going, right? Other ones were just not converting well. So whatever was in the copy just wasn't resonating with the actual people watching for it. But now we have enough data. So Meta understands who is clicking on our actual listing or our landing page. Who is clicking on this from these people? What is their age, demographics? What do they want to do? And it's understanding enough people. That's why if you never run Meta ads before, you need enough money spent for the pixel to understand who we should target. Because I spent $5,000 here, right? Just for testing. This is literally just for testing, okay? So very, very important. But now it knows these two are going to convert well. So what you do next is we make new ad creatives built around those angles that worked well. We know these worked well, okay? Let's do more. If you have a look at the new ad creatives, we started running this yesterday. I got a result within $22 of ad spend. You have a look here around these ad creatives. Very, very important, because now we have enough data of what worked and didn't work well. So for example, for your product, we test out 10 different angles, UGC content, static ads about different things, right? We send all the traffic to the landing page that we made. With enough data, we will figure out which ones performed the best, which ones got the most clicks, which ones sent the most traffic to Amazon. So now for the next batch, we're testing out those angles around that same problem or benefit, whatever worked well. We keep building it. So how this works is you always need to make new ad creatives every month, every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because even a winning ad usually dies out over time. It dies out over time, so you have to rebuild a new ad creatives. It's like when you're running Amazon PPC, we're always optimizing, right? We're optimizing the keywords, we're looking at the search term reports, every single thing. Meta is the same thing, but in the terms of creatives, okay? Very, very important to do this step here. Now, what is the next step, okay? Let's say we have enough data, we're getting enough sales, clicks, we're seeing a lot of traffic going, okay? It's optimization. This funnel needs to be optimized at all times. Your landing page, your ad creatives, your Amazon listing, your copywriting, your hooks, every single thing has to be optimized. This is not an easy funnel. This is a really in-depth funnel to really help you drive more sales, okay? So let's say after spending like more than $100 a day and you have consistent traffic, we have enough data of what's working and what's not working. Maybe we're getting tons of clicks, okay, to our landing page, but we're not getting enough people onto our Amazon listing. So we know there's something wrong with our landing page. Maybe our hook is wrong. Maybe our images are not as good. Maybe we're not selling the benefits of the product enough. Maybe we don't have enough case studies and testimonials. Very, very important. So we optimize that part of the funnel. How can we make the landing page better? Maybe our landing page to Amazon listing conversion is good, but we're not getting enough traffic to our landing page. We know something is wrong with our ads. So maybe our creatives are wrong. They're not selling the product. We need more UGC content. We have to try different angles out, different copywriting. See how this works? It's always optimization, okay? But this is how it's really gonna work. Once you identify the winning formula, once you identify like the landing page that sells the best and the ad creatives that work the best, we have a funnel now where we constantly optimize based around that, and that's always gonna work for you. That's the most important thing, right? But getting off the ground is gonna be the most important thing. Month one, month two, to get off the ground, get enough data, see what's working, and build upon that. So for the landing page, let's say we start with one landing page, okay? We're just trying to validate the product, search terms and everything. And then after Google data, we optimize that same landing page with the keywords, okay? Then we launch the meta ads. We're driving all the traffic to the landing page and we're trying to scale the cheap traffic, okay? Later, we want to A/B test everything, like I said, because we want to improve conversion rate and overall traffic. How can we improve the landing page, everything? So yeah, start with one landing page, learn, Google, evolve that same page, use it for meta foundation. Later, build variants once you're scaling it and always optimize. So here's a quick little 90-day growth timeline. So month one, set the foundation. Test I wouldn't even say 3 to 5, I would say 10 creative variations for your product. Optimize the landing page, copy and layout, build your initial pixel and email data. Email data we can get into later, and expect to operate at a loss while learning. This is the entire point. We were trying to get more data out the gate. This is why I only recommend this for brands that are successful on Amazon who have enough budget to even go for a strategy like this, okay? Month 2 is the optimization. Kill the losing creatives, double down on winners. Refine audience targeting based on conversion data, so we have more people we know that are going to convert well, and launch retargeting. So I'll go into what that is. Month 3 plus is where we're trying to scale, okay? Increase budgets on profitable campaigns. If we spend $200 and we see we're getting so many clicks, we're getting so many conversions on Amazon, I'll double down on it. 300, 400, 500. Over time, we really want to boost this. Because imagine now where we're spending good money on Amazon PPC and we're scaling well on that. Now, the same thing we're doing on Meta now, where we have a whole new budget for that that's scaling also. Now, we have 2 systems working together to drive traffic on Amazon and get you more and more sales. Very, very important. So here are the different stages, okay? So Meta is awareness, okay? Let's say our hook is why 30,000 players switch to this glove, okay, for example. And the CTA is learn more, okay? Learn more. They go to your landing page, okay? Now they're on landing page, they're learning everything about your product. Finally, these gloves that grow brighter and grip harder, here are the benefits, everything. CTA, shop on Amazon. They click your Amazon product page. Now the whole point is conversion. They look at your reviews, look at your offers, some badges, images, videos, buy the product. Now we have the Amazon attribution where we track everything. We track the buyers back to Amazon Analytics. We can optimize further. We measure ROI. And overall, we also want to track your Amazon organic ranking growth. If we're bringing a lot of traffic off of Amazon, we want to see the actual results on our Amazon search terms and our bestseller rank. If we see a very big increase, we know it's working well. We know over time we're going to get a lot more organic sales on Amazon because of this system. So we're always tracking every single thing at all times. Now, very, very important, and something that people will miss out on is retargeting, okay? Very, very important. This is something you have to crush, okay? Now, this is why retargeting changes everything. Most buyers typically need like 3 to 7 exposures before purchasing your product. When you buy a product, unless you're just like super warm, you need it right away, you typically are in the ecosystem of buying a product, right? So we really want to retarget everything. And the best thing is this funnel allows us to retarget at so many different points. It's actually insane, okay? So we can retarget through Google, Meta, and Amazon, okay? So here's a few things, okay? So for the Meta pixel, we already have retargeting. We know who clicks on everything. We can retarget them with so many different things, okay? So for example, hot traffic. Within 1 to 7 days, we retarget them on Meta with like, still thinking about it, here's what customers love it, benefits, and so on and so forth. So let's go over to like how to do this, okay? So for like the ad creative side of stuff, for people that want to click our product, we want to make sure that we're actually selling the product more because they already saw our product. Now it's like, hey, here are the benefits of it, why people love our product versus the competitors, why you should buy it now. So it's very, very important, okay? Think about it. People don't buy the first time they see something, most times, right? They need to see it 3 to 4 or 5 times, and retargeting always keeps your product on top of it, okay? And retargeting ads are stupid effective, okay? Because think about it. The audience is already familiar with your product. They're already warm enough to even look at your product and understand it and be like a little bit interested, right? So you're only paying to show ads to people who have already shown interest and investment in you, okay? So the ROI is insane compared to cold traffic ads when done right, okay? So there's 2 layers of retargeting we can do, both on Meta and on Amazon. So on Meta, we set up retargeting campaigns for these custom audiences that we built out. Like they clicked our landing page, but they didn't go to the next step. We know we want to retarget these. So we have ad creatives built around nurturing these people. Hey, this is the benefit of it, why you should buy it now. And we retarget them through like Instagram, Meta, always showcase them, okay? So this really improves our actual clicks and conversion because we just have to sell them more on the idea of our product, okay? Next thing, on Amazon. Let's say they go to our Amazon listing, okay? They go to our Amazon listing, but they don't buy our product yet. What we want to do is we still want to nurture these guys because they were so close to buying our actual product. How do we do this? Amazon sponsored display retargeting ads. We set up sponsored display retargeting ads on Amazon. So when they go on Amazon for the next time looking for a product, we make sure they see our listing again. And the best way to do this is with the video ads. We run sponsored display retargeting video ads to these people, showcasing our product in real time. And this is very, very important. If they're on Amazon, we want to showcase our product to them all over the time. Very, very important. Sponsored display retargeting ads. That's the number one way we can retarget them with the videos. I recommend having a good video on Amazon. Like for example, this video about the product, showcase it. And this will really help you with your conversion because, for example, this is like a $260 product. And someone was this close. He saw your ad. He clicked your landing page. He went to your Amazon listing, but he didn't buy now. So this guy is super nurtured. We want to make sure that we do not lose them at all. Now, if you want to take it a step further, we can run some email marketing. So, example, on our landing page, we can hit something where we get their email, because it's very important. On Amazon, we have no idea of actually tracking our actual customer. So it's very important. We can set up like, hey, add your email here for a PDF or a lead magnet. We'll give you 10% off, right? Whatever, right? Just for the email, because then we can add them to our newsletter or anything like that to retarget them for other products of ours, our existing products, and build your actual customer base as a whole. So maybe they do that. So they put the email in and then they go to buy on Amazon also. So they convert on Amazon, obviously, and then we also have their email and actual information for our own website where we can retarget them, which is absolutely awesome. So that is exactly how the funnel should work if you're a brand on Amazon, you're doing well, and you want to scale past the next level. And I really think this is where the future of marketing on Amazon or any platform is going to be, because just relying on the platform as a whole can crush you in the long run. Like I said, I only recommend this for brands doing well and have the budget for it, because it's not something if you have a small budget, it's going to be very hard to test this out, okay? So if you're a brand, you want help setting this up, it's a lot to do. Obviously, in-house, we've developed this entire method for brands specifically. Obviously, copywriting, ad creatives, landing page creations, and obviously all sort of Amazon aspects. So our Amazon PPC, Amazon SEO, optimized for Rufus, creatives, every sort of single thing, right? It's a funnel. The most important thing is going to be the optimization. It always needs to be optimized. So if you have the budget for this and you want to help implementing this, like I said, you have to meet a certain criteria. Like obviously, if you're a high margin product, you're pretty premium on Amazon, you have good creatives and everything, then it works well for you. But if you meet all these criteria, hit the link down below. Let's see if we're a fit and we can build stuff for you, because the brands who master this are going to absolutely crush it. If you have look at the brands that are doing the best on Amazon, Primal Queen, Golly, Anchor, every sort of brand, they're running some sort of external traffic method to make it that they're not super reliant on just Amazon's ecosystem and PPC as a whole. This is how you get your margins as high as possible. And pretty much you're not going to be capped out by the Amazon ecosystem. You can always find new customers on these other platforms who have like 100x more people on. For example, Meta has 3 billion people, right? Now imagine if you create a funnel for these people. So yeah, if you're interested, hit the link down below. Let me know your thoughts about this funnel. Maybe you've tried out things in the past with other people and it just hasn't worked out for Meta ads, and it just, whatever hasn't worked out. So let me know your thoughts. The video is long as hell. Peace out. Have a wonderful day.